Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking this video. I really appreciate you guys coming over here and giving me your time. You know, that does mean, it means a lot. There's so many other people out here you could be watching. So for you to click on this video and watch me, I just want to say thank you. So my name is Nikki and this is my channel, not another T channel. And so I had already been working on a video I was going to do about Roadhog. I had the wrap, I've been working on, I had the thumbnail done, I've been working on ideals, and then this stream I watched last night, I just couldn't even believe what I was watching. What I couldn't even believe more was there are other people supporting this behavior. Not just people, but women too, like women supporting this man degrading and demeaning other women. Like, how low do you have to feel about yourself to find joy in watching a man just degrade another woman? You know, so I want to talk also about the community and how I feel like everything's came about. I've really been sitting around and just kind of watching the pieces move, you know, the different little communities and friendship groups. I've been kind of watching how everybody's just been moving and watching who's in whose chat and stuff like that. And I always feel like, you know, I would never tell anybody who not to support. You know, if you find and see some good and say Roadhog for whatever reason, then, you know, who am I to say you shouldn't support that? Well, am I going to side-eye you for his behavior? Yes. Especially when there have been women who kind of did support him for the most part, but then when he started getting like really down and dirty, nasty, kind of just tried to step back gracefully. And for him to call them out, to me, just shows his character. And now I'm just looking in that chat wondering who's next on that list, who's next on that chopping block. But I want to talk about how I feel like Roadhog had become who he has become, and what my prediction is where his channel is going, along with Ms. Roadhog. So I've noticed that a lot of people will connect as a group if you have a fellow hate for somebody. You know, I understand that. That's something you have in common. And if somebody really hurts you and you're seeing it done to other people and you guys come together and you connect on that, I understand that. I do. What I'm worried about is we are connecting with other monsters. Like, we're connecting with people who are just as bad as the person we dislike. So I feel like everyone didn't like Ren. You know, Ren was a huge problem on this platform to some women. He was abusive to women. His words were hurtful. He hurt people. And so I feel like these women kind of used Roadhog to fight their fight. You know, fight fire with fire. So let's use Roadhog. Well, once the problem was gone, Ren, then everybody kind of turned to Roadhog. And they're like, okay, well, he's a problem too. And now we don't need him anymore because he's done fought our fight for us and got the problem out of the way. Now we need to focus on Roadhog. My opinion, that's what it looks like. It is. So then I'm wondering, okay, so now who are we using to go at Roadhog? Because now we need somebody else to fight fire with fire. So is that going to be Dean? Don't get me wrong. From what I hear, none of the housewives said Dean is trying to change his way. He has been, you know, sobriety from alcohol. You know me. I think that is amazing. I know, like, how hard it is day to day, minute to minute to overcome something like that. So that's great. I really do hope Dean nothing but the best. I do hope, you know, he's kind of moving on to a better direction. However, I find it odd that I'm seeing a lot of women who really just disliked Dean. And this is nothing about Not Another Housewife. You know, you can really enjoy Not Another Housewife, but not like the way her husband moves, you know. Some of the stuff he did, it was nasty, you know. And I can't say it just because I like Not Another Housewife. I can't turn a blind eye to what Dean did. because if it was anybody else on this platform, I would be calling them out. So, but I'm seeing other women who said the same things who are now kind of rooting Dean on because Dean's taking on Roadhog, and now Roadhog is their problem. Do you see where I'm going with this? So I have never had to use the report feature here on YouTube. I am not against cancel culture whatsoever. I don't want to see anybody lose their platform. I don't want to see people doing the nasty behavior that they're doing on their platform. Just like Critical K, who's gone. I hate that she lost her channel. I really wish she would have seen the error of her ways beforehand and kind of changed how she was going about stuff, and then she would still have her channel here today. And I feel like that about others as well. If Roadhog turns the other cheek or settles down, and stops doing what he's doing, there is a chance he may be able to stay here on this platform. But where he is heading, he is getting ready to get his platform taken down. That is my prediction. And then he's going to go on Mrs. Roadhog as a backup, and that channel is going to get taken down. And then he's going to try to sneak other ways around, and everybody's going to call it out every single time they see him trying to sneak here on the platform. And that's a shadow ban. It's against TOS rules. And so he's going to end up being over on Twitter and Instagram and Twitch, just like Ren. That's my prediction, my crystal ball, my tarot cards. So back to what I was saying about Dean. So everybody was talking about the Watcher. Who's the Watcher? Who's the Watchers? Roadhog the Watchers, Dean the Watchers, Justoon the Watcher. I do want to say this about the Watcher. The Watcher, the video he put out about showing Roadhog's information, contacting his employer, showing family and stuff, I actually had to Google how to report a channel on YouTube. That was the very first video I reported. I don't like Roadhog. I don't like Roadhog at all. I think he's a very nasty, despicable human being. However, I do not think it is right for people to put his personal information, threaten to attack him, threaten to be coming to his home. There was a video on The Watcher about showing the highway, like he was coming to Roadhog's house. And people think that was Roadhog trying to set up being himself a sympathy card. And I don't think it's okay, not for one person. It's not okay for the Watcher to do it. It's not okay for Roadhog to do it at all. So what I seen last night, and now that Roadhog has went to that level also, I have no sympathy. I cannot have sympathy for you. I don't understand how you can get on your platform and cry victim when you're doing the exact same thing. It doesn't make sense. You got down just as dirty in the mud, and you're no better now. Now, if you would have took the high road, I could have had sympathy for you. I could have said, okay, now I understand why he's doing what he's doing and saying the things he's saying. Maybe some of the stuff, it's just, a monster has been created. And it's not about rules. And the rules, there are TOS rules. You talk about these rules that all these women put on. One, there is TOS rules. The main rule, though, is just being a decent human being. And I'm not talking about watching every little word you say or being triggered. I get that. We have become a generation who are so triggered over the littlest things. There's not much that really just gets me, clutching my pearls. Not at all. I hear stuff all the time. However, I have learned that words do cause people, to hurt people. So if I'm saying something that triggers or affects another person and it's really hurting them, the least I could do is just not say those words. I mean, how hard is it for me just not to say a word if I know it's going to trigger this person? So I'm going to give an example. I have always said this for the longest time. I've never thought anything of it. But I've always said, when it comes to, like same-sex couples, I've always said, I don't care what happens in anybody else's bedroom. Not my business, right? Well, I was watching this video and this person was talking and they had said that when they hear people say that, it bothers them, because when you're saying, I don't care what you do in your bedroom, to them, their relationship, it's more than just what's going on in their bedroom. They have actual relationships just like couples. It's just not what's going on when the lights turn off. You know what I'm saying? That really made me sit back and think, well, okay, I can see where they're coming from. And I asked another person who is in a same-sex relationship if that bothered them. And of course, they said no, it didn't bother them at all. At least they thought it was funny, that would even bother somebody. However, if I was in front of that one person that it did bother, and I know that bothered them, I would restrain myself from saying it. You know why? Because it's just being a decent human being. So back to others letting creators do their dirty work for them, we need to stop. If you see somebody doing something that you think is nasty, don't support that, even if they are going at somebody you don't like. Because there's going to come a time when they're doing it at somebody you do like. Then what? We have seen this time and time again. I find Roadhog just completely despicable as a human being. For you to get mad and upset because people feel like your wife is in an abusive relationship, but then to turn around and talk about how Sheila's in an abusive relationship, and that's saying it completely nice. I have seen people, and I'm not talking about those who come at you from time to time, I feel like I agree. Just because you're a woman does not mean you get some kind of free pass. I've always felt that way, and I do feel like there are things that women say that doesn't come back with pushback. For instance, a woman may come up and say, suck my dick. I wouldn't bat an eye, because it's whatever. But if a man says it, yeah, I'm going to look at him like, oh, what's up with this? I understand that. There are some double standards in this community. I see it. I get it. I understand. But you can't get just as dirty and then cry about it. As much as he sits on his platform and talks about how all these women have daddy issues and are in abusive relationships, and you lump every woman together like you know everyone, it makes me really wonder if there was some mommy issues. I really do wonder that. This is coming from somebody who's not been in an abusive relationship, who was raised by her daddy, so no daddy issues here. I just think you are a despicable human being with some deep-seated hate for women, and it just oozes out of your pores. And I don't understand. Just somebody can say the most littlest thing, and it just really hurts your feelings deep down the core. Like, you can see it. It hurts you. People can not agree with you, and that's okay. Again, I see when somebody's coming to you like really nasty, but there are people just coming to you like, maybe you should chill, dude, and you just come at them so sideways. And then you begin to start using this fake outrage like you're this social justice warrior, like you care about all these causes. That's just mind-blowing to use these causes and pretend you care about something just to push your narrative. It's nasty, sir. It's nasty. I know a lot of people, feel sorry for Miss Roadhog, and I did too for the longest time. And you shouldn't go at her because she's pregnant, she's hormonal, and, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. However, just seeing and hearing her in the background, just rooting you on, it really makes me wonder, like, what kind of woman, whether she's your wife or not, sits behind the scene and lets her husband talk the way he does about other women. I could not even imagine my husband sitting on the internet like some giddy bitch gossiping about other women all day. It's almost like you have some kind of crush on these women. It's weird. Again, I don't agree with people using fake accounts, hiding behind these accounts, and doing the most nasty stuff as well. And I understand you coming out and defending you and your family from that. I get it. And at times it does seem, because you're not hiding, you're being yourself on your channel. And so the spotlight is on you, and nobody's really looking at who's behind these other channels. I get it. However, we need to stop saying like who's the worst at this time, and we're going to use the person who's not as bad. We need to stop leveraging our morals just to take down someone we dislike. And then thinking, well, we'll just take care of the other person down the road. They're going to be the next villain on the list. To me, that it's not good. It never turns out good. And I've seen it happen on here time after time. So I know this video is already super long, but it's hard because you're like, what do you do? Do you sit back and not encourage this? Do you just ignore this behavior and stop watching? Because eventually that's what's going to make this all go away, right? If he don't already lose his platform, which if he keeps going, that is what's going to happen. You say don't watch. But if everyone stopped watching, you're right. Because I seen like 100, it was like 189 when I checked numbers on that stream. And there was maybe 15 top supporters. And what I thought was really funny was they were in the comment section. They weren't even talking about, what he was talking about. They were talking about stuff, real life stuff that's really impacting their lives, which is a lot more important than what he was talking about. However, that just goes to show you why people are in your streams and why your numbers are the way they are. And as soon as you stop doing that shock content, it's all going to be gone. So is it worth it? Is it worth getting those numbers by using shock content? I don't think it is. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think the end game is here? What is going to happen? How do you think it's all going to end? Let me know below all your thoughts. Give this video a like, please, you guys, because that helps it get into the algorithm. Hit that notification bell, because you just never know when your girl's going to go on and put out a video. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. That would be great. And I will see you guys really soon. And as always, please take care. Bye, guys. Jazz fingers.